Okay, so welcome back, Beans. Scottish Fitness Farms and Prepping. I got my Bluetooth here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dump it in my pocket here, and I think that's going to help eliminate any wind sound, and hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. Probably should have tested this first, but what I'll do is I'll just try to talk louder. So here goes. I'm going to pop it in here. And hopefully you can still hear me, but it should block out the wind noise. And this is my let's not spend $170 to deal with that problem. Let's just improvise, and especially during the fall and winter when I will be dressed accordingly. Now I do have live stream running at the same time, because I'm going to upload this later, and it'll just everybody enjoy the view. So I got it sitting off on my porch plugged in, and I'll let that run while I'm out here in the woods. I might even follow this trail. So here's an obvious animal trail on my property. So they're definitely seeking shelter here. It wouldn't surprise me if I spook something up. I mean, if you think about it, this is a wonderful place for something to bed down. And they usually bed down during the day. So if something blasts out of here, I won't be too shocked. Most likely it would be deer. My live stream should be picking me up by now. So now these trees I planted 20 years ago. I dug them up at my parents' place when they were about that size. And all these other ones are volunteers, including those, which I don't necessarily want, but there they are. Future knife handle material. But otherwise, these are growing all over here, and pretty soon this will be a really nice habitat. Hopefully they can see me through the live stream. So, a very cool place, and it just gets better every year. That's the one thing that's the one conflict I'm dealing with, is I don't necessarily like the direction the state is taking, but I like my property. You know, and wife and I keep talking about maybe moving out to Missouri and things like that, but we got so much blood, sweat, and tears invested in this, and I hate to do it. It's just the democratic communist government we have here in Illinois just trying to greatly restrict our rights, making it hard to stay here. Which is a shame, because I like my job. It's not hard, good pay, and good benefits. Wish I would have worked there sooner. I made really good money in retail, but, and I tell you, I feel for everybody in retail. I know just the insane garbage you got to go through. You know, you're coming up to the most miserable time of the year for retail, and that's Black Friday, where you're going to have employees and managers staying up for 48 hours just so everybody can sit there and buy a bunch of crap. I'm sorry, but I really came to hate Black Friday. Even before I was in retail, I was not a fan of it. I have friends go, oh, let's go stand in line. I said, for what? None of that stuff I want. Or if it is the type of thing I want, I don't want the garbage. I have no problem spending a little bit more for better quality, and people would be confused, you know, that even though it's a brand name TV and the model numbers are a little bit different, but it's less expensive, well, it's been defeatured. You still get what you pay for. Much as you hate to think that's the case, it's the case. So it's even warmer today than it was yesterday. Still am wearing a jean shirt. Number one, it protects the skin from any residual poison ivy that is out here. It's not if it's out here, it's out here. So what I'm looking for, this is probably right here, is a tree about this thickness. So what I think I'll do is I'll chop this down now and get it out of the way. I got my handy dandy machete. And then I can just leave it here and come back and pick it up. Let's get this party started. Ooh, ooh. Alrighty. So let's get this party started. Get it started. So, do you want to saw or do you want to chop? Pretty sure I'm going to want to chop. So, what I don't use for Christmas decorations, I will end up using for handle material. I think about here to here will give me everything I need. And later on, I might hook up some sort of bird feeder here. Just a cheap one. Something I can throw bird seed in there for the local wildlife. So even when I'm harvesting, I'm trying to think ahead. This chops it much faster than the knife would do. But the knife is just in case I didn't have this. So it is nicer when you have a better tool. You can see how fast this goes through. You want to make sure you're in a position in case you miss, it's still going away from you. And it's controlled swings. I'm not swinging at everything I got because that's how you get hurt. I'm just doing a good solid chop. Timber. Not bad for 13 bucks. When you get close, there we go. So I need about 30 sections and the rest is knife handle. So about right here is perfect. you don't want to do too much of an angle. If I come like this, then that can happen. You want to come at about a 45 to 50 degree angle, not any less than that, so you don't end up cutting yourself. Because cutting yourself is bad. The same thing, just controlled strikes. I mean, I can go hard like that, but then you run the fear of something getting out of control. So and it's done. So what I won't use for decoration, I'll use for handle material. And we'll pick this up on the way back. So literally I can leave this here, but I still may find a good use for it. Leave it there. Get over just a little bit. And let's get reset up. So we got our piece of wood there, which we'll come back and get on the way back. Now let's continue down the trail. Now this will be uploaded on our 5 p.m. seems to be a good time. Premiere. And I appreciate everybody that does join in. Helps the channel out. Hopefully I can make more than 2 cents on these videos. Which is a shame, because these are better videos to connect with. They don't pay much. I do, you know, it comes down to views and thumbs up. Shout out to Michael. Shared one of my videos, and you should check out his channel at Body Beatdown. If I remember, I'll come in here and actually do some editing and have that pop up about this time. Kind of, wait, this is the time to do it. Here we had a tree fall across the path here. Inconveniently, it's hooked into that tree. So I've got Let's Limbo Now. Luckily, it's not very low. So then the Virginia bushcrafter was saying, wow, he could have used all that bark for one of his shelters. And I told him, boy, we have a lot of it here. This is bark heaven. And like I said, when I seen it was going to be a high of 67 degrees, I was like, holy smokes. Not bad left-handed. Now it looks like I am maybe dulling the blade a little bit. That's what's nice about having this side of it. It also has a saw blade. There we go. What I'm doing, I'm trying to figure this out a little bit. When trees attack, Boy, it's just grabbing everything but what I want it to grab. What I was trying to do is clear it so I come through here straight. Not have to go around. And it's fighting me a little bit, but I'm making progress. It's one of those things that doesn't have to be done today. I feel like one of those jungle movies. Ah, Kimasabi. Almost. There. See now? I have a clear path through there. Where before I had to go out this way. Now how important was that? Not very. But it also gives me an excuse for some exercise. Here, you can see this tree just rotted from the inside and then fell down. And of course, this brings a lot of habitat for different type of animals. Look how soft that wood is. Look, see, that was a centipede that I dug up. And this creates a unique habitat for different types of insects. That's kind of neat. Let me see. I think we'll sneak up to Mud Creek this way. And we're going to kind of follow the easy trail. Although every now and then I'll make little minor adjustments. What happens, these trails get more defined and easier to traverse. Now this is where I come up with some wild turkeys last year, about this time. I'd hope to see them again. And you can see as we get up closer to the creek, the trail gets a little bit more difficult. There we go. Yeah, it looks like the remnants of a beaver dam, or just a good old log jam. There we go. Now in the summer, this would be a good place to, yeah, that's probably be a great place to fish. So, I think I'm gonna make the access a little bit easier. There we go. That I can deal with later. As you can see, it hasn't rained for a while, so you know it is Mud Creek. It's clearing up just a little bit. Yeah, it's a nice area. I know raccoons come back down here. I'd probably be able to pick up a lot of tracks if I went down there. So, there we go. I kind of cleared up the trail a little bit. And so it makes it a little bit easier for me to traverse here. You know, a lot of these smaller trees you gotta kind of take down now before they get to be larger trees. So every year I try to rebust the trails. Basically I follow the deer trails. You can tell this is one, obviously. And it looks like a good place to sit down and have a chat. Yep, there's a deer stand. Coming from a different angle. You can see the deer's hop right over here. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Get that where it stays there. And we'll sit up here for a little sit down and chat. Alright. Now this is the place where I sit there and kind of sit down and relax. Did a lot of chopping. That's a lot of wrist exercise and can even probably be counted as cardio. And just enjoying the sun out here. It's just gorgeous. I mean, you can't beat it. Hopefully the video has worked out well. I'll find out. I think it's time to shed that for a minute. Here, got those vines. So basically just sitting there and kind of cleaning up some of the trails I use on a regular basis so I don't have to duck and bust through as often and maybe come through quieter as the season progresses. But I've had 3 gorgeous days in a row. Just no reason not to come out and be out here and relaxing. It's kind of like that Indian summer, you know, to be mid-November and still be in the 60s, nearly 70 degrees. That's not common. But it's nice when we get it. Usually we'd be looking at 30 to 40 degree weather, probably more wet. Even like snow should be hitting pretty quick, but no, folks, it's not global warming. It's not climate change. We've had warm falls before. And then we've had very cold ones. It's called climate is always changing. You know, we got 4 active volcanoes in the world dumping out more carbon each day than the world produces all year. So, and actually having a higher carbon content is very healthy for plants. Right now we're at 4 parts, and it's been as much as 8 to 12 parts in our history. But the plants definitely green up at 4 parts a lot better than they do at 3 parts, and it's been proven. Despite all our paving over and stuff like that, we have gained some greenery. So you really want to help the climate, stop building warehouses, stop paving overground. Stop making extra parking lots we don't need. You know, save our parks, save our woodlands. You know, problem is someday, if anything ever booms in this town, they'll take this whole forest out and you'll have a neighborhood in here. You know, yeah, you'll have some trees, but not many. And you'll have probably about 60% of the ground covered with either buildings or concrete. You know, so where's that water going to go? Well, it's got to go back up in the air. And that's why you see more rain. I mean, it really doesn't take rocket science just to visually see what the cause is. The problem is politicians are paid by people who want to sell this fear, and they put out misinformation. Well, you know, we're getting more rain. Okay, well, why is it? Well, it's climate change. No, it's not climate change. It's we've paved over so much dirt that it can no longer absorb the rain, so it doesn't absorb into the soil, so it runs off in the rivers and causes floods, or evaporates back into the air and causes more rain. That's just the way that works. The ecosystem is designed for so much of the rainwater to be absorbed, so much of it to be re-released into the atmosphere to the trees, you know, in regular evaporation. What it's not supposed to be is falling on literally billions of acres of concrete, and only got one way to go: either go back up in the atmosphere or go into the rivers. That's what's causing it. But they don't want to talk about that. You know, Yellowstone's a program we watch, and you know, there's some real information there. You know, granted it's a fictional story, but you know, here they want to take that huge ranch because they want to build condominiums, they want to build golf courses, they want to build an airport, they want to make it a city. And their selling point to the governor is, well, $6 billion of tax revenue. So now we know what it's all about. And it is always about money. It is always about money. It is not about your welfare when it comes to government. And if you do have a politician who is about your welfare, they're soon removed. Either they're slandered, you know, or they're cheated out of an election. They caught that in Georgia. Finally had an election overturned from cheating. Well, folks, there's a lot of cheating going on. All right, a lot of it. And it's all about power and it's all about money. Like I said, you can have a politician with good intentions, but they're only going to be there for so long. Now we have here one in Illinois. I won't mention his name, but he cries a lot. And I know him. I've met him numerous occasions. But you know, now he's doing whatever he can do to keep himself in power. That's all he's doing. You know, they were supposed to impeach a justice and had 8 Democrats sit there and go to the other side. I'm sorry. That's why we have a problem. Democrats pretty much stick together. There's no dinos, but there's rhinos. Well, if you vote those 8 back in, you're just as bad as the Democrats to keep voting the Democrats in that are causing a lot of problems. You're not any different. Got to vote them out. So that's our only way, is to vote them out. You know, so they learn that they can't do that. But as long as they keep getting voted in, they'll do whatever they want. I mean, you know, my God, Schumer and Pelosi and all those people in there for 4 decades. You know, you think they're worried about job retention? Not at all. You know, they got those people that just blindly hit the tickets. Oh, they've been there forever. That's a problem. Should be term limits for that, just like there is for the presidency. I'd say 12 years for the House and 8 years for the Senate. And you're done. All right, you did your job. You got to get somewhat corrupt, but now you're out of the game. That's the problem is they're in the game too long. And absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. If I was in the Senate for 40 years, as nice as the guy as I like to say I am, chances are very good I'd get corrupt. Very much so. At some point, they get you with something, and they say, if you want to stay in the power, then you got to do this. You're used to a type of prestige and lifestyle, and You can justify anything to yourself. You're your own best liar. You can justify a change in your religion. You can justify a change in your beliefs. You can justify changing anything. Because you will believe the only shit you talk. You hope every now and then you'll have some sort of mentor or somebody will give you the right information that you'll realize that, okay, yeah, I've goofed. And it's okay to goof. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've made more than one. But I reset and I recovered and I got back on the path. And that's what you need to know. If you make a mistake, don't look to blame others. Blame yourself. Understand you did it. And then find the best way to correct it, because there's always a way. And don't repeat it. We all fail at stuff. You hope after a while you get better at it. And then about the time you get it down pat, you get too old and you start forgetting things. But what was I talking about? Oh, I don't right. But you really need to concentrate on your life. When somebody tells you, well, these bad things happen because of climate change, bad things happen because somebody didn't let you be authentic, bad things happen because, there's people out there it's bullshit. All right, that's a therapist's word that says, well, I ain't got nothing, but I still want to keep you coming to me. All right, sometimes it's bad things happen. Sometimes because of choices you made, some kind of situations that just came up that you had no control over. Sometimes it's situations you did have control over, but you didn't see the signs in time. Okay, you screwed up. All right, accept it. Find the best way out of it, best solution. And don't make that problem. Don't make it again. Understand that some small changes need to be made. Got a red-headed woodpecker out there. You got some other bird right over here. So I've been quiet and kind of just sitting here for a while, so now I got a bunch of birds coming in the area. Not big ones, but cool looking ones. I'd like to get a good view on the woodpecker, but once I start moving that, the chances are slight. So, it's so gorgeous out here. Like I said, if it wasn't for the fact there he is. Yep, that's definitely a red-headed woodpecker. I'm going to try to, where'd he go? There he is. I'm going to try to get him on the camera. Wish me luck here. I can move quietly enough. And if he'll come around, he's on that tree right there. Oh, that's something else. Still a cool looking bird. And there's a pair of them. Some sort of bluebird. So they've been quiet, so they've been kind of coming closer. Probably a mating pair. And there's another bird out there. The deal is to try to zoom in on him. There he is. Got him. So now they've been quiet. They've been coming in closer. It's pretty cool. About 5 of those. There we go. There's another bluebird right there. Kind of ducked under as soon as I swing over there. Maybe he'll come around. So yeah, now that I was kind of quiet, not making much noise, they started coming in. So a lot of times that's all you need to do. You just need to be quiet. If you're quiet, they will come. I want to put my shirt back on. So probably cause them to slip off. But it is time to get back on the road. On the road again. But that's kind of neat things you can do when you're out in the woods and you just kind of sit still for a while. Keep it really quiet. And then you'll get a lot of company. Bluebird right there. There you go. See him? Yep. So because I've been kind of quiet and haven't made much noise, they've kind of gotten used to me. I think that's him. I don't know if I'm on the right tree. There's a tree and there's the bird. But now it's time to get back on the road. So I will stick my Bluetooth back in my pocket. I think it still gives me a good amount of sound. And I will get ready to get rolling here. There we go. On the road again. Alrighty, now it's time to head back pretty much the way we came and collect the lumber. I still need to go and get that one 2x6. What I might do is just drive my car back here. I don't have to carry this far. But you just see how peaceful it is here. And this was my dream when I was a kid. You know, we grew up on a small farm. I used to go to Messenger Woods and Pilcher Park, and used to go to Charlie's Pond, go fishing. Used to hang out back by the pines, Heidi Trail as we called it. And we were always outdoors. You know, we didn't have the computer games they have now. I mean, they came out with Frogger when I was like 18. And that was just boring. It's not something that Pong didn't do anything for me either. So I never really got in the habit of playing video games. I do like Skyrim. And I like, oh boy, there's some bark for you. Virginia bushcrafter. Boy, you could almost make a canoe out of that. It'd be a heck of a drive for you, though. There's another deer stand over there. That's where I used to hunt. I used to have a stand there. Oh, yeah, we kind of walk around. There's less obstacles. And there's the new opening I made before I had to kind of go around that way. Oh, look, there's some sort of, looks like a stink bug. Yep. That's what it looks like. I don't think it is, though. Yeah, it's like a stink bug. So it's warm enough for the insects to still be out. I think I'm going to have to work on my blade. I think I've dulled it chopping down that tree. Oh yeah. Well, you can see, oh maybe you can see it. Yeah, got some damage there. So not the best heat treat. And got some damage there too. But you know, you get what you pay for. It's still, for $13, it was still a good deal. And I can work that back out with my little sander. So I can put the edge back up on it. And I'm taking a lot of stuff with it already. But, you know, am I surprised? No, I'm not. But is it because the steel is a cheaper steel? Yes, exactly. Absolutely it is. But it's still doing somewhat of the job. I'll resharpen it up and come out and test it out again. So we'll be in time to catch my ongoing live stream. I'll bring the saw out and start making those ornaments. Then when I make them, I'm going to start cutting them into pieces, and the wife will definitely do the rest. Basically, I cut out the discs, and then I screw a entrance hole in it. Now I'll just do the disc for right now, and then I'll get more guidance from the wife. So there's the piece there. Oh, here we go. Got it. Here, a tractor. Not too far from me. Yep, I can see him out in the field. Yep. So see if we can catch him this way. Yeah. Let me put this down so I can. So they're turning over the soil and getting it ready for next year. Probably sees me, goes, "What is he filming me for?" It's all cool, man. It's cool. So I hope you enjoy these walks. I know I sure do. Makes for a walking stick, a heavy walking stick, but a walking stick at that. Then what I'll do is I'll come across the field There we go. This is a better way of carrying it. Let me get a little bit more there. There we go. See? A little easier to walk with it this way. Now I'll walk up to where my live stream's going on. Basically, I just had that out so you guys could kind of enjoy the view and hopefully leave some comments in that. And then I'll turn it over to where I'm putting the saw, and we'll make the ornaments and probably some more handle material. And basically it'll be time to cook up some bacon and eggs And then soon after that, probably time to go to work. It's got to be after 12. I really didn't get out here until a little bit before 11. So I'll head back up through the live stream so they get to see me again. And then I'll get the saw out for all that work, and I'll probably add that to the Premiere. And I appreciate y'all stopping in, even if it's only for a few minutes, and hitting the thumbs up. Just make sure you put comments both in chat and regular comments. Actually helps push the video. So if you can put comments in chat, and also when you get out, if you can put them in regular comments, I'd appreciate it. And of course, thumbs up and share and all that other YouTube stuff. You can also buy me a protein shake. I know a lot of channels have buy me a coffee. I drink protein shakes every morning. I drink coffee maybe 3 times a week. And if you want to stipulate for coffee, just put it in comments. It just goes to my PayPal account. And then I'll oblige and give you a shout out. Just hit the link and take you right there. So let's see how much activity I've had on my live stream. Like I'm walking up to it. Hey y'all, this is back here from the woods. Got me another log. So let me drop the log. And not that way, Ray. I know what you're saying. I know how you're saying it. So, let me see, we got Robin, Virginia Bushcrafter. Hey buddy, I mentioned you on my premiere a few times. Last Chance Knives, great to see you. And you can go ahead and put your link, to your YouTube on there. So Last Chance and Virginia Bushcrafter and that. Go ahead and do that in. Appreciate checking in. Appreciate all the thumbs up. And now we're going to get the saw out and get some real work done. Hey, it's before 12. All right. So let me get reset up here.